Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's a sunny Saturday afternoon, but I'm not out in the sunshine. I'm back in the garage playing with the car. Still no news of the bolts for the engine, so I thought I'd concentrate on the front suspension. Now, if you've got one of these older Mustangs or any other old car, there may be a squeak, squeak, squeak from the front suspension, especially on a nice dry sunny day, and you're wondering where it's coming from. Well, if it's a Mustang, it can be these. From the factory, they did not have a grease nipple. They had a blanking plug, and you were expected to put a grease nipple in later and grease them. Some people didn't, because they didn't even know where they were on the car, and they're very difficult to see unless you take the whole car apart like this. So, squeak, 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 and possibly worn front tires. Anyway, there is a kit, looks like this, one of these for each side. In America, they call them the upper A-arm shaft kit. In Britain, you might call it a trunnion kit, whatever. Now, the problem here is you have to remove or compress the front spring. Very dangerous, be careful. I've got these old spring compressors. They've lasted me about 30 years, but they are a little treacherous, so be careful. You don't have to take the spring from the car. You can use this suspension to compress it, put a huge steel bar in the bottom, and with chains, or a huge bolt, but probably chains, pull the chains up through the top here. You have to remove the shock absorber, of course, but pull the chains up, put them over a very strong bar, fasten them off, and that will keep the spring compressed. Jack the car up again, and the suspension will fall away enough that you can do the work. I use the spring compressors because, of course, I've already got them. Now, it looks like this one was done at least once in the States, and it has got the grease nipples. However, taking apart to put the new shafts in, I found this in the most awful condition, and for some reason there's a huge screwdriver-like mark that's opened up the hole where the bolt goes through. What on earth they bashed through there, I don't know. Huge screwdriver, chisel, something like that. But as you can see, rubber bushes looking horrible. So next time I go to the States, I'll be putting a couple of those, a pair of them, in my suitcase and bringing them home, hopefully tax-free. Nothing much else to show you under here. It's just a long, slow job, and being very careful that spring doesn't attack you and break your fingers. Well, there we are. That's the job for Saturday afternoon. Boring, but it's got to be done. Should mean better suspension and no squeaking. Don't want squeaks to interfere with the radio, do we? Okay, catch you later after a few cups of tea, and this job has been completed. Bye.